one.
Slight confusion for these two now.
Just use the biggest one and put them in there.
The Finnish approach to car parking.
Well, the perplexed Jonathan Palmer and Mark King have got it sorted out. They've got the Fiesta off the trailer, the Sierra onto the trailer, and this is the last vehicle to be fitted into the parking spaces. Mark King at the wheel of the incredible 6x6 Isarco. And when the wheels stop and John Taylor announces the end of the parking, the time will be announced, and it is 16 minutes and 39 seconds, a slow one.
Philip Schofield could make up some good time here if only he could get to grips with this tractor load of Jersey daffodils. I think Gordon the Gopher's been having a go at it first. Phil, of course, has the extremely experienced partner Hugh Kankkunen, the World Rally Champion, who is already inside Elizabeth Castle, getting to grips with Ford Sierra and loading it correctly onto the trailer, but not loading it onto the trailer correctly. Joey Dunlop and Barry McGuigan have been already. They got a time of 12:23 and are relaxing, taking in some of the sights outside Elizabeth Castle, while all inside are slightly confused.
But not Kankkunen and Schofield. Last vehicle in for them, the milk float, and it looks to me as though they're going to do an absolutely stunning time. Yes, 9 minutes, 18 seconds.
This is Kathy Taylor and Stefan Johansson coming up now to finish. This is a very quick time indeed for them, almost the same as the last pair.
In goes the milk float. Now, Kathy Taylor has got that. Oh, lovely bit of parking by Kathy Taylor in the Isarco. And the... Beautiful. Just a couple of feet.
Keep going.
And that's it. 9 minutes, 21 seconds. 3 seconds only outside.
What time?
Stefan, Kathy, 9 minutes and 21 seconds. You were only 3 seconds slower, but you are in second place.
Oh, no, 3 seconds. Oh, dear.
After 4 events, we have a change on the leaderboard. Hugh Kankkunen and Philip Schofield, 28 points, take the lead from Jonathan Palmer and Mark King. It is getting exciting as we head for event number 5.
And while all that was going on, the tide has gone out to reveal the world-famous causeway between St Helier and Elizabeth Castle. And it is around the causeway that the last 2 events will be taking place. And the significant fact is that from now on, the tide is going to be coming in. So it is going to be a race against time.
This is the Rally Point course. The professionals only will drive on this, marked out across the beach. It is very wet, and the car is bogging down quite a bit in the water here. I'll drop down a gear. It is a 4-wheel drive Isuzu Trooper. You can use 2-wheel drive, but it'd be a brave man who tries to do this course in 2-wheel drive. The idea is to pick the fastest route you can find between the bollards on the beach, and there's an awful lot of space to choose from. And this is the causeway. Now, it's all stone underneath here, and I'm now hitting 60 miles an hour in 4th gear over this stone. Not much room for error because there's a lot of rocks, a lot of puddles, but this vehicle is really brilliant at this. Mark, what are you actually going to do on this side of the car while Jonathan's driving?
Well, there's been a lot of screaming. There will be a lot of saying, no, and generally just, oh, no, I'm going to say go for it, matey.
And the trick here is to straight line the twisty course as much as you possibly can. Above all, keep out of the deep water and avoid the rocks.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
And off they go. The 4-wheel drive selected for Jonathan Palmer, Mark King of level 42 on the passenger side to do very little other than hang on as Jonathan swings it round through the course on one side of the beach before he comes back through the start line area to the other side of the beach and then races up the causeway. Sort of speeds we're looking at on this, I did a quick run beforehand. You can get about 50 miles an hour on the beach. There's quite a bit of drag from the water and the sand. Up the causeway about 60 miles an hour in 4th gear. That's with 4-wheel drive selected like Jonathan's doing at the moment. Here they come through the start line area. It's purely against the watch, against the clock, and let's just take a look at the time so far as they came through there, about 35 seconds. Aquaplaning their way out now into the wettest part of the course and disappearing from my sight into the sight of Murray Walker.
The aqua, she planes about, doesn't she? Stay out of the water. That's
Jonathan Palmer, the man who has succeeded at every branch of motorsport that he's tackled. British Formula 3 champion, European Formula 2 champion, world champion in the Formula 1 3.5 litre class the year before last. Well on his way now. It's a 2.6 litre fuel-injected petrol engine, 110 horsepower. He's got it in four-wheel drive, of course, and at this point I should think probably in fourth gear as he splashes his way through. A tremendous amount of drag from the water and from the soft sand underneath. So now he is threading his way round. He's got to go round the swimming pool, keep it hard to his right, which you can see between the car and you as the viewer now. Then he will double right and come along, and it's going to be a marvellous picture as we see Jonathan Palmer with Mark King alongside him, setting up the target time for the three other teams that are to follow as they parallel the world-famous causeway with St Helier itself in the background as they sprint towards Elizabeth Castle. And that's what you're going to be seeing any moment now. There it is. You can see the concrete ribbon of the causeway on its right, which not so very long ago was completely covered in water, and very soon is going to be completely covered in water again.
75 miles an hour up here. Put flat all the way.
These are very big rocks too.
Actually, it's amazing what they put up across. That bloke's brave standing by that flag. If you knew it.
Jonathan Palmer at the wheel, Mark King alongside him, and they cross the line. Derek Warwick drops the checkered flag. Formula 1 driver Derek Warwick, the man who won last year and the year before in driving force, and the total time was 2 minutes, 32.98 seconds, and that is the target time for the next three teams.
Next to go, Joey Dunlop and Barry McGuigan, Team Ireland here. Joey in the driving seat. We'll follow them from their point of view. Barry McGuigan in the talking or co-driver's seat there, giving the benefit of his experience of car racing, which he took up professionally a couple of years ago. Let's follow them.
That's it, that's good. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, tighten them. Now come out wide for this one, because if you come in, that's it, come on, tighter.
The time for Joey and Barry was 2 minutes 34.7, of some concern to Kathy Taylor and Stefan Johansson, who got 2:34.4. And so far on the course, nobody has broken the 2.5 minute barrier. This is Juha Kankkunen, the World Rally Champion.
You can see for yourselves the way the Isuzu is going. Kankkunen's really absolutely got it on the limit. Double world champion, both for Lancia and for Peugeot. Winner of the Paris-Dakar Rally, winner of the Ivory Coast Rally. And now he's on his way at the present moment to winning Driving Force 89, although the vital sixth event is still to come. But we are now looking for the check time of 1 minute 32, which was the fastest that we've had so far, and Kankkunen's time is 1 minute 28 seconds. So Juha Kankkunen is 4 seconds ahead of the fastest time that we've had so far.
Murray, remember on this that what he's doing, he's looking for the dry parts of the beach. He's been very, very clever. Watch him through here now as he comes up towards the causeway. He is actually looking for the drier parts of the beach so there's less drag from the water. Onto the causeway, it's the run home now for Juha Kankkunen and Philip Schofield, just missing a gull that took off at the start of the causeway, and they're on their way to you, Murray.
2 minutes 32.9 is the target time for Juha Kankkunen and Philip Schofield, who are leading Driving Force 89 overall after the first 4 events. And it's 2 minutes well ahead on time at the present moment. Really flying. Kankkunen coming past the causeway now. You can see Derek Warwick with the flag outstretched. Past and down goes the flag, and the time for Juha Kankkunen was 2 minutes 26.2. So that is a full 6 seconds faster than Jonathan Palmer's fastest time.
I am really happy because we were a little bit scared about the water because it started to come up, but it was all right, no problems.
Were you happy about the line you took in everywhere? It looked perfect to us.
Yeah, I was going quite okay because you have to if you hit the water on sideways, you will lose a lot of speed. So you have to try to just go smoothly and nicely around.
Great drive, well done. Philip, there wasn't much you could do there, but the next event that's coming up, it really is going to be a team effort, and you're leading overall.
I'm looking forward to that. I mean, there are moments in your life that someone provides you with something that you never, ever forget. This guy's just provided me with the most unbelievable moment. That was fantastic.
After that thrilling run from Ewa Kankkunen, that does him a load of good on the scoreboard. And look at the battle at the top end. There's still something in it here. 33 points in second place, Jonathan Palmer and Mark King. And 38 points at the top of the table, it's Ewa Kankkunen and Philip Schofield. They have won the last two events here, the final one to come. And if they finish first or second on this final event, they will have won driving force overall. But the critical thing on this is the tide. Take a look over my shoulder. The tide is advancing rapidly into St Albans Bay here at St Helier, and Murray Walker will now tell us how our competitors are going to cope with that.
The answer is with difficulty, because with the tide coming in fast, they've got to change wheels on a Ford Sierra using a pneumatic jack, then choose either a Unimog or an Isarco and race the tide to St Helier. Go, and it is all action. Stefan out, Joey out, Juha Kankkunen and Philip Schofield out, Jonathan Palmer out. The four bull bags are out. They are under the cars. If anything, Stefan Johansson and Kathy Taylor are slightly ahead. They're unreeling the tube, which goes from the bull bag to the exhaust pipe. And already I can see the exhaust gases, and off comes the pipe from Stefan Johansson and Kathy Taylor's car, and from Juha Kankkunen's car. But Joey Dunlop is already undoing the wheel nuts. Juha Kankkunen's car is the first one to have the wheels off the ground. And there's a valve inside the bull bag which locks it into the fully inflated position. Kankkunen and Schofield are a long way ahead of everybody else, although the wheel nuts and all the other cars are being loosened. Maybe the others have done the right thing because they have loosened the wheel nuts while the wheel is on the ground. And now Jonathan Palmer and Mark King have got their car off the ground. The same thing with Joey Dunlop and Barry McGuigan. They are swapping wheels as I talk to you. Stefan Johansson is still loosening the wheel nuts on the rear of his Sierra, whilst Kathy Taylor waits with the front wheel. And the water is almost up to the very edge of the concrete causeway. In fact, it is up to the concrete edge for a long way across. Now, how are they doing? Now, look behind me and you can see what I'm talking about. The water is already lapping the edges of the concrete causeway. And still, those cars are up. Still, the wheels are not on the ground, except that of Jonathan Taylor, Jonathan Palmer and Mark King, and they're ahead. And they're making the dash for the car. Mark King is going to he's claiming his car, the Unimog. So Mark King and Jonathan Palmer, with Jonathan Palmer doing the driving, are into the Unimog. They've got their Sierra on all four wheels. The bull bag is back in the boot, so are the tools. And Jonathan Palmer and Mark King are well away. And don't forget that they are in second position overall after the first five. And the Unimog ploughing through the water, and the tide is coming in really fast. And still we have 1, 2, 3 Sierras. Now, McGuigan is getting ready, and so is Joey Dunlop. Their boot lid closes. So does that of Juha Kankkunen and Philip Schofield. But Stefan Johansson and Kathy Taylor are left standing. So Jonathan Palmer is going to win this, no doubt about that. Who is going to be second? In the Isarco, in the 8x8 Isarco, it is Joey Dunlop with Barry McGuigan. Chasing them hard in the 6x6 Isarco, Juha Kankkunen and Philip Schofield. And Stefan Johansson and Kathy Taylor are getting away last in the second of the two Unimogs. And Mike Smith coming towards you. The leader is, of course, Jonathan Palmer. Then it's Joey Dunlop in the 8x8 Isarco. Then it is Juha Kankkunen. And as I say that, Stefan Johansson leaves in the second Unimog.